Before going to the analysis, let's talk about some terminologies we just discussed. So, if they join hands together, the duopolies, they become monopoly. So the agreement that they are into to exploit the market, that we are producing the set quantity and we would be selling at specific price, that agreement is called collusion. And the group that act as a union, we call that cartel, right? You heard this word, in gang mafias and drug mafias, right, in old Hollywood films. But this also has a legal terminology, cartel. Cartel means those firms that have some kind of collusion and act like a monopolies. They are not single supplier, they are more than two suppliers or minimum two suppliers, we call them duopoly. So they join hands together to become monopoly, to exploit the market. And what are the purpose? Purpose is to get maximum profit, right? So when oligopolists make cartel, they behave like monopoly. So the analysis is the same, right? Just the answer is that they're gonna split the profit according to the share. If they are, equally giant, then they divide the profit by half, right? I have pasted a very nice video regarding, the duopoly and why they collude together. It's a very nice and short video. I hope it further clarifies your ambiguity regarding this oligopoly stuff. Okay, let's watch that. Okay,
When the
so
firms of an oligopoly band together and behave as a monopoly, that is collusion. When the firms collude, they have agreements not to compete. The firms agree to a specified price that will be charged and the quantity of the product that each will produce. By agreeing as a group to reduce output, they can charge the higher monopoly price. Firms that collude in this way have formed a cartel. The issue with such agreements is that they're inherently unstable. Once a monopolistic price is set, individual firms have incentive to cheat, to raise production above their designated level. What is the incentive to cheat? Pre-collusion, each firm has marginal revenue equal marginal cost. Post-collusion, now each firm produces a smaller quantity at a higher price. That is, now marginal revenue is greater than marginal cost. So we're no longer at the profit maximizing level for the firm. The individual firm then has the incentive to alter its behavior such that marginal revenue equals marginal cost again. It will lower price slightly and sell more product. Eventually, the other partners realize that their customers are drawn away, but there's no way to openly punish the cheating firm since the entire activity is illegal. In the end, the cartel usually falls apart. Cartels are not the only way in which competition can be reduced. This is why the government also takes a hand in mergers and it has antitrust laws.
Talk about the competition, monopolies, and cartels. So, when they collude together, right, they become cartels, the members become cartel, and the cartel must agree not only level of production but also the amount produced by each member. So they decide the shares. Okay, you have to produce 50%, I have to produce 50%. Okay, you have to produce 20% because you're small and I'm big supplier, so I will produce 80%, and then we're going to split the the revenues or the profit, and we can exploit the market, right? So each member of cartel will want a larger share, as larger share means large profit. So I'm just going to focusing on that one. Larger share means large profit, right? Larger share means large profit. Just remember that term. So although the oligopolists would like to form a cartel, right, and earn monopoly profit, but often that is not possible. What does it mean? It means squabbing. It means squabbing, which means power struggle among cartel members over how to divide profit in the market, sometimes make agreement among them impossible. And that is really weird. So we just talk about that. What if they join hands together, right? They become monopoly, and when they become monopoly, they will producing 60 total. They will be producing 60 gallon, and the price would be according to 60 gallon. It would be, and they 60, and they would be earning 3600. By splitting, they would be getting each 1800, right? But in previous slide, we talk about that larger share means larger profit. Now we are explaining that why the cartel or the collusion is not possible. Why? Let's talk about that. So the example is that Jack will produce 30 gallon, as 60 gallon maximizing profit is 3600, and each will be receiving 1800, right? Okay, what if Jack produces 40? Okay, we know that the agreement is that Jack will produce 30, Jill will produce 30. Total quantity will be 60. What if Jack produce more, 40? The total quantity would be here. Let me just remove that. The total quantity would become now 70, right? And what is the price at 70? At 70, the price is 50. If you see the table, the market price when the quantity of the market is 70, price is 50, right? So Jack total profit would be, Jack is producing how much? 40, and 50 is the price, so Jack will be receiving 2000. So in previously when they have colluded, they said that they are going to split this 3600 and they would be getting 1800 each, right? But instead he is getting 2000, right? And when market is producing 70 and price is this one, so the total profit would be, assuming there is no cost, MMC 0, 3500, right? Although the profit is reduced from 3600 to 3500, Jack is profited higher than what he promised, right? So Jack will think, even though the overall profit, let me just, even though the overall profit, which is 3500, is declined, but my profit is increased due to market share, larger market share, right? So my question is, what do you expect from Jill? Is Jill is that stupid that he let the Jack, you know, grab the market share and grab the highest profit? No, they are CEOs of a firm in real life, and who are the CEOs? The most knowledgeable, who knows how their competitors behave. They are interdependent firms, right? The action of one company affect the action of other companies, right? So Jill will also do the same. Jill will say that, look, 30-30 is promised, but both will cheat. Why? Because there is an incentive to cheat here, right? To get more profit than promised, right? And Jill will also produce more. So did you see some kind of equivalent production here? 40 gallon the Jack will produce and 40 gallon Jill will produce, right? So the outcome of producing 40 gallon, right? It looks like an equilibrium when we call that equilibrium Nash equilibrium, right? On the name of the economist Nash, so we call this Nash equilibrium, right? So what is Nash equilibrium? Let's talk about in our coming slide.